Hello and welcome to another current events episode of Pittsburgh Sports Memories. We are covering July 26th to August 30th. I'm your co-host, Steve Wirt. I'm joined by
Tim Hannon.
And Tim was really into the Pirates season. Are you sad to see that even though it's not really over, it's over?
I am so ready for football. Steve, I went to 2 Pirates games in August,
Wow.
and I'm having trouble sleeping at night over that.
I don't know. They've gotten better, Tim. They beat Toronto 2 out of 3, and
I was at one of the Toronto games. I was at the Toronto game where
where they
Skeens
threw the
pitched.
ball around. Was that the one where Toronto couldn't look like a little league team? What it
Yeah,
was?
it was, and
Yeah.
and I got to see Skeens, which was fun. Yeah, of course he ended up with a no decision because Pirates. But yeah, I'm football needs to start, which it is.
Bubba Chandler looks good. They got this Burrows, Santana. They got a bunch of pitching coming back next year, like legitimately 8 starters. And
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll
and
build
they're
around that with some
yeah,
quality
I'm
free
sure.
agent
I
signings.
think they're signing Kyle Schwarber as we speak.
Right, right.
Could you imagine Kyle Schwarber in PNC Park? Isn't he a lefty? Oh my God, he would hit like so many home runs. But anyway, maybe next year the pitchers and catchers do report in February. So Tim's looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, World Series 2026. Here we come.
The rest of this podcast will be the Pittsburgh Sports Memories football extravaganza.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yay! So Pitt football, Tim. How many wins do we get this year? Do we do better than 7? I
I
don't know. I have no idea. If nobody gets hurt, I could see them winning the ACC. If everybody
I
gets
could
hurt, I could
too.
see them winning 3 games.
Yeah, it's Pitt, so that's kind of like the MO for Pitt normally. But boy, I mean, they're running back that same offense as last year, and they were, if people forget, they were 7-0 and ranked in the top 20 last year, and then of course it all fell apart. But Eli Holstein was a freshman. I mean, I really think
Can
I'm
they
excited.
beat your alma mater today? They do play in a half an hour.
Yeah, this will be released after Pitt plays Duquesne, but I'm pretty safe in saying that Pitt won that game. But
Well, if they don't, we'll go back and edit it.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think that they're capable of 9 wins. I really think that.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's the big question is Eli Holstein stay healthy and progress. Desmond Reed stay healthy and progress. Cade Bell, I guess, can an offensive coordinator get sick? Okay, well, I wouldn't wish ill health on anybody. So hopefully he stays healthy, but more importantly, he progresses to the Division 1 level because we got something here on this guy. This guy, if he can keep learning and keep getting better, I think as he grows with the team, that's a really nice hire by Pat Narduzzi. Speaking of Pat Narduzzi, is his coaching tenure, is his seat warming up a little bit there? Does he? Yeah,
If,
depends on.
if Heather like were still here, I would say no. But when she got fired, that's where I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure at this point. I still think it's pretty unlikely, unless he just has like a terrible season.
Yeah,
Then
like a 2 or
maybe
3 win year
right,
that he's
right.
probably gone by the middle of the season. So, well, that's it. I don't care about West Virginia or Penn State. I mean, Pitt does play West Virginia, Florida State, Notre Dame, and Miami. Are we going to the West Virginia game, Tim, in
Ooh,
a couple
that's
of
a good
weeks?
idea. Is that here? I thought that was in Morgantown.
It's in Morgantown. You up for
Oh
a road
yeah,
trip?
I'm not that brave.
I think I might do it. I think I'm
You
feeling it.
better go incognito because
I'm wearing my Pitt gear head to toe.
better wear a helmet then.
I'm ready to fight. Anyway, we're gonna move to the Steelers, the professional. Well, the other players are paid, just not as much as these guys. Um, Aaron Rodgers, Tim, he's the new Steelers starting quarterback, and boy, I'm finally glad to say that because I was sick of talking about it. Is he over the hill? Does he have one more year left, Tim?
Yeah, no idea. Again, we'll find out soon enough. I think.
This is his last year, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think again, it's probably they think it's the best they could do, and it'll be kind of fun because we have a Hall of Fame quarterback. Uh, but I mean, that's another thing where if they went 6-11, I wouldn't be shocked. If they went 11-6, I wouldn't be shocked. I just don't know.
Well, that was going to be my last question. How many wins and who wins the division? But sure, Tim, who wins
Well,
the division?
who wins the division? I think Baltimore. And if you want me to predict the Steelers record, that'll be really easy. 9-8.
I think they win a playoff game finally. Something tells me they win. I could be dead wrong about this. I think even if Aaron Rodgers, hopefully, like Aaron Rodgers, like gets a break in the middle of the season and we start Rudolph for like 3 or 4 games, because I don't think he could hold up for a 17-game season.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of guys like that on this team. So I hope we have some depth at key positions. How about Derek DK Metcalf? Same question. Is he over the hill? I don't think so. I think he's got more. I think he's got more in the tank than Aaron Rodgers.
He's a stud. I think that's why they paid him all that money. And Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks that hyper targets his favorite receiver. That's why Devontae Adams always did so well with him. So I think DK Metcalf is gonna be a stud.
You want to talk with Cam Heyward? Hold out. He just wanted more money. He's like, how old is he? He's in his 30s now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
I think this is it. I mean, this is his last contract, unless he goes chasing a ring somewhere else.
Yeah, well, they re-signed him last year to a 3-year extension, and so he signed a new contract last year. He had a really good year last year, and then the timing of this was really dumb. I mean, if you're going to hold out or hold in, do that like back in minicamp. He waits till like the end of the preseason. It was a really bad look. His agent kind of mismanaged it, and like so this was dumb. He eventually ended the hold in and all that. But I have to say, there's 2 things I just want to say about this, Steve. Number one, the overreaction from the fan base was just so ridiculous. I mean, the way people
give them whatever they want, well, pay them as much as Ben. Yeah.
No, I mean, it was a complete opposite. I mean,
was it? I tell I've not been listening to.
Yeah, the people just completely
get rid of him.
Yeah. Oh, he never won anything anyway. He's a bum. One guy wrote on Facebook, he had this nice guy shtick, but now his true colors have come out because
you've never asked for a raise or
like. Well, and that was Cam's plan all along, right? To fool us for 15 seasons, then reveal what a dastardly villain he was. I mean, talk about playing the long game. And I just can't believe people are that angry about a guy wanting more money from an entity as wealthy as the NFL. Like, it always amazes me that in a blue collar town like this, like we're the city where the Homestead strike practically birthed labor unions. In this town, we're always on the side of rich owners, always. And I get it. I get millionaire athletes aren't the same as some guy working in the mill, but billionaire NFL owners are the same as the guy running the mill. And if you need further proof, just look at the fact that you now have to subscribe to like 8 different streaming services to watch games. Or that there's going to be an 18th game pretty soon, or the ticket prices keep going up. But no.
Yeah, that plays into our last topic, which is impossible to be a fan of the NFL anymore.
Yeah. So, but no, Steve, Cam's the bad guy. Like, no, Cam, how dare you want to take more of the Steelers' money? They need that to pay for the $2,500 hotel suite at the owners' meetings.
Well, I mean, you can't expect Art Rooney Sr. or I'm trying to think of a real David Tepper, who's like a real idiot, like owner now. Jerry Jones, he's still an idiot.
Jerry Jones is pretty bad. Mike Brown. I mean,
all those people in green.
Haslams.
Yeah. He got a whole. Hey, say what you want about Jeffrey Haslam. He got the Ohio State legislator to change that law so they can move the Berea. Literally down the street.
Good for them.
Are they really going to build a dome in Cleveland?
I don't know, but
they're talking about it. That's crazy.
But so that's number one. Number two, people are like, he signed a new contract last year. You signed a contract, so honor it. Okay, fine. But guess what, Steve? If Cam had a really good year last year. If he sucked last year, like if he was just completely washed, guess who wouldn't have honored the contract?
The Steelers.
Yes. They would have cut him. And if you don't believe that, and they did it to Troy Polamalu, they absolutely would have done it to Cam Heyward. And if that happened, how many fans do you think would have gone online and screamed, "Hey Steelers, you signed a contract, so you need to honor it"?
I don't know. I don't know what NFL contracts are, but they aren't Like, don't they have a minute? Don't they still have to pay him a certain amount of money,
They
even if they
they
cut
they
him?
structure it in a certain way. They always structure it a certain way where you can get out after 1 year, 2 years, whatever. That's how they're structured. They're front loaded.
You mean backloaded or
No,
front
they're
loaded?
front loaded. They give all the money, the
Up
guaranteed
front.
money goes up
Okay.
front.
All right.
And my point just being that we say like the player, the player signed a contract, so they should honor it. They shouldn't ask for more money or demand a new deal. But when the team says we signed a contract and you're out after the
Yeah.
contract's
It's
not
not
up,
a it's not a two-way street.
it's
Yeah,
not a
that's
two-way street, and that's fine. That's the business. But it's such a double standard for us as fans to only get upset at the players in those kinds of
at
incidents.
least in baseball, for better or worse. Yeah, I think you have to pay the whole thing no matter what happens.
Right.
So, but that makes the sport. But that's why the sport sucks, and only 3 teams.
I'm not complaining about the fact that contracts aren't guaranteed. Again, and NFL players aren't complaining about that. They've negotiated multiple CBAs where they've accepted that as a reality. I'm not complaining about that. What I'm saying is it's hypocritical for fans to get upset at players for not honoring their contracts. It'd be perfectly okay with teams for not honoring contracts. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it speaks to the power of the NFL. I mean, do you want to talk about Steelers running back, or this kind of leads nicely in?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hold that thought for a minute. So the Steelers running backs, they're going to go with Jaylen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell, who I've never heard of, is from Philadelphia.
He played for the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, he's splitting time with the rookie. Is the rookie hurt? I thought I heard the rookie was hurt, or maybe he's just a running back. He always hurt. Are these guys going to be any better than the Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren? I mean, I guess the offensive line's got to be. I think they're going to be better. So
I think they'll be better, but it does, to your point, it all depends on the line. If the line falls apart, then it doesn't. You could have Franco Harris back there, and it really won't matter.
Can the defense stop the run? I guess that depends on Cam Heyward. If he lives up to that contract he signed.
It really stinks that Harmon got hurt.
I mean, if Cam Heyward really respected us and wasn't such a dastardly, but yeah, that's going to be their biggest problem. I think is stopping the run, which is so weird because they were so good at it for so long.
Yeah.
But back to like the whole being the fan, I think this is a much more interesting topic than whether the Steelers will be able to stop the run or not, because I think the NFL's reaching. You ever heard of the Laffer Curve?
No.
Tim, you ever watched Ferris Bueller banning with Bueller? But he talks about the Laffer Curve. It's a curve at which point your price exceeds the willingness of people to pay. Perfect example. Last night, remember I said it was the Savannah's Bananas game, and I walked up, and me and my wife were like, "Oh, maybe we'll take one of those cool little rickshaw bike things."
Yes.
And the guy goes $30, and I go, "No, thank you. I'll walk." And he was like 25, and I kept walking. So can you guess on which side of the Laffer Curve that bike guy was on?
Okay, I see.
He was on the part where he exceeded the price that I was willing to pay, to where it was cheaper for me to walk,
right,
than it was for me to pay him to ride me over. So that's how it works there, folks. There's a simple economic philosophy that George, what's the senior? What's the dad? George H.W. Bush did not understand. He called it voodoo economics. So there you go. Our listeners already know more than a director of the CIA and president of the United States. So there you go. Anyway, the first 4 weeks of the Steelers, they're playing the Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, and Vikings. Seahawks and Vikings are at least at home. I think they'll beat the Seahawks. Probably not the Vikings. Maybe the Jets. I think they go 2-2. For some reason, I think they lose to the Patriots. I don't know why. Who's the Vrabel? Yeah, they lose that game. They ain't going to beat the Patriots on the road. So what we're looking at, when Jets and Seahawks lose, Patriots, Vikings.
Yeah, I could see. Well, they'll probably win one that they should and lose one that they shouldn't.
So they lose to the Jets and beats the Vikings?
Yeah, the Vikings, by the way, it's marked as a home game, but it's in Ireland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well,
so
I mean, that's kind of a home game.
Sure. But
is that they're not even the same time zone, so that's going to be. See, this just goes. This is
9 o'clock
impossible.
in the morning.
This is. I hate the NFL. I'm starting to hate them because they've ruined the sport. It used to be. Look, I'm getting old, right, Tim?
Back in my
before
day. Go ahead, just
back
say
in
it,
my
Steve.
day before I went to church.
They
Like,
played the games at 1 o'clock.
yeah, I used to get up in the morning, have my cup of coffee, and I'd either watch the CBS Sunday Morning News, which is for old people, or I'd watch there'd be European soccer on, like the Premier League. And heck, I'm not a big soccer fan, but hey, it's live sports and it kills the time. And I hate watching pregame shows because they're a waste of time, in my opinion. I know as much as those people do, I think. And so I sit there and I drink my coffee, enjoy myself. The games end in England about 1 o'clock, so it was perfect timing. You'd watch the fake football to get ready for the real football. And it was a great Sunday, Tim. All fall, all the way through the whole season. It was great. So, later in the season, oh, we're going to throw in a Saturday game. Oh, we're going to throw in a Thursday game. Oh, we're going to throw in a game on Tuesdays in February, or Tuesdays in November, because why not? Now, remember your family had the Sunday ticket, and you used to be able to watch pretty much every game except for the Monday night game. But then they watered that down so much it became not worth it, because now games are on Thursday. And then they took that away and they went to Amazon Prime. To watch every NFL game this season, you would need a combination of, I think they said 10 or a lot of different platforms. You would need Amazon Prime, Netflix, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Fox One, ESPN, the NFL Plus service. Plus, you'd have to have either a cable or a provider like YouTube TV. That's insane. That's insane. At least now, like, I got into, do you have NFL Red Zone? Are you going to sign up for that, Tim? Or not to put you on the spot? You're not going to sign up for it?
No.
Oh, man. Well, you can come over to my house and watch it.
After you just blasted the NFL for all these streaming
but I do like that, because you can at least, like, if the Steelers aren't on, or the Steelers are getting blown out or blowing out, you can turn that on, and pretty much it's like the new direct ticket, because you can watch all the games. And they flip around to, like, when the critical stuff is happening, so you don't miss anything. And it just sucks that, now at the end of the season, do you realize the Bills, Dolphins, and Lions game can actually change days?
Yes, correct.
Are any of those home games there?
You can, yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have tickets or if you bought plane tickets to fly in for that game from some other city. It can change.
Have fun, Tim. Have fun with that. Yeah, it's like people do this as like part of their travel plans. Like, they've totally messed up this league so bad. And like you said, they're going to go to 18 games, or how many preseason games are there still? 3? Maybe they'll go to 20 and just get rid of the preseason altogether. So I just,
well, Steve, they have to make more money. I mean, it's not like
it's not like they're getting a free. It's like they're getting free stadiums or anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, these guys, they have to provide for their families. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's terrible. It's a joke. And at the same time, there's a scene. Did you ever see the movie Blue Chips with Nick Nolte? He's a college basketball coach.
I've heard of it. Isn't that with Shaq in it?
Yeah, Shaq's in it. So Nick Nolte's a college basketball coach. He kind of falls into this whole thing where he starts, doing all these illegal, paying the guys, giving them illegal gifts and all that. And at the end of the movie, he has a press conference where he comes out and he rails against, all of that, and admits that it's happening. But then he kind of has this moment where he says, yeah, this all happened, and I bought into it. I bought into it big time, and I'm a big part of the problem. And that's how I feel as an NFL fan. That's exactly how I feel as an NFL fan.
I keep buying NFL Red Zone, and yeah.
I mean, we're doing this podcast talking about the season. I'll be there. Week 1. I'm later today. I'm going to do my fantasy football draft.
Are you going to get up at 9 a.m. and watch that Ireland game?
Probably will. I mean, I'll be at church, but I'll DVR it, and then I'll be watching it on delay.
They have a Saturday night service at my church. Maybe I'll go to the Saturday night service so I can.
That's what people will do. Again, that's what I'm saying. We'll all make it work, because we love football, and we'll complain, and we'll all be justified in our complaints.
But I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem. And until we hit the other side of that curve that you talked about, until we're ready to walk away from the rickshaw guy and say, you know what? Yeah, I don't care if my legs are tired. I'd rather walk than give you more of my hard-earned money, it's going to just
That's
proliferate. And so that's where we are. We're stuck.
That was by Nobel Prize winning economist Art Laffer, by the way.
Okay. I mean, he's right. That's
Yeah.
that's a very good way to describe it, Steve. It's perfect. And that's exactly where we all are. So yes, I will continue to complain. I will continue to say I can't believe they're ruining the game. I can't believe they're going to add more games. They're diluting everything. This is terrible. And oh, by the way, I have Jamar Chase in fantasy this week, so I hope he scores a touchdown. And I'll be tuning into all the shows, and I'll be tuning into all the
Well, the
highlights.
whole point of the
else.
Laffer curve is you would make more money by having a lower price on the other side of that curve. So maybe he had 5 other people behind me that were willing to pay that $30.
Right.
I doubt it, but
that's the NFL. So the NFL doesn't need to do. The NFL doesn't need to lower anything.
Not yet. Not yet. I mean, I think there's a bubble coming. It's got to come sooner or later.
Yeah, I don't.
The price of matchsticks and tulips went through this too. I mean, it happens. It happens.
I mean, maybe.
But these players are so. How can I say? Not financially educated that they're not going to understand when they can't get their big contracts anymore because the owners are broke. So. Not that I guess a billion-dollar owner would go broke, but whatever. Yeah. We'll see.
Like I said, I mean, it's an interesting prediction. I don't see it happening because this is at this point we're all too roped in.
It's human nature. It's unless now this could happen because this happened in the Roman Empire where you could have free bread in circuses. The emperor, Nero was a big fan of that, so. Maybe they'll go that route where just be free bread and football, free beer and football. So.
We're in too deep, Steve. We're in too deep. We're all in too deep. I will say I think this happened to it. If you want to look at a comparison, I think to a degree this has happened with baseball. Yes. Because I think that baseball is surviving largely off of the older generation carrying it forward. I think there's a lot of the younger generation who grew up in places where their teams never really had a chance to compete, and they're like, you know what, I'll use my time doing other stuff.
I know you don't watch the Pirates, but on that point, there was a game they were playing in St. Louis, and me and my wife commented how empty Busch Stadium was. Have you ever? Now you've watched enough baseball to know. People drive? You speak about traveling to St. Louis. That's why they never have rainouts there, because their fans come from 400 miles away, right. No joke, to see a Cardinals game. And that place was half empty. And I saw a news report on the local news stating that they've had the first time they were under 18,000 fans since they opened the new stadium. So talk about on the other side of the Laffer Curve.
Yeah. So Major League Baseball has made enough mistakes where I think it's actually starting to impact them. Financially, I think that's happening to the NBA. I think that happened to the NHL years ago when they had their lockout. So it has happened in other sports. So could it happen to the NFL? Yes. Is it likely? I don't think so, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed your education on the Roman Empire and Nobel Prize winning economicist, and maybe a Steeler running back or two that we didn't really talk about too much. So thank you so much for tuning in. As usual, check us out on Facebook. More fun stuff there. And as usual, God bless, and we'll see you out there.